The Blue Jackal. Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there lived a jackal named Buru. He was clever, but also very hungry most of the time. The forest where Buru lived was full of dangerous animals like lions, tigers, and leopards. Buru often found it difficult to compete with them for food. One day, Buru was roaming the forest, searching for something to eat. His stomach growled loudly, and he felt weaker with every passing moment. As he wandered around, he accidentally ventured into a nearby village. The village was bustling with people, animals, and houses, and it smelled of delicious food. Buru's nose twitched as he followed the smell to a washerman's backyard. There he saw large pots of water mixed with dye. The washerman used this dye to colour clothes. Curious and still hungry, Buru crept closer. Suddenly, a group of village dogs noticed him and started barking loudly. Terrified, Buru ran for his life as the dogs chased him. Desperate to escape, he leaped into one of the large dye pots and hid inside. The dogs surrounded the pot but couldn't see him. After sniffing around for a while, they lost interest and ran off. Buru waited quietly until he was sure it was safe to come out. When he finally climbed out of the pot, he realized something very strange had happened. His fur, which was once grey, had turned bright blue. He looked at himself in amazement. "What is this? I look so different now," Buru thought. Then an idea struck him. "With this new appearance, no one will recognize me as an ordinary jackal. Perhaps I can use this to my advantage." Buru returned to the forest, feeling confident. As soon as he entered, the other animals stared at him in shock. They had never seen such a strange and beautiful creature before. His blue fur sparkled in the sunlight, and he looked majestic. The lions, tigers, elephants, and all the other animals gathered around him, curious and a little scared. "Who are you?" asked the lion, the king of the forest. Thinking quickly, Buru raised his voice and declared, "I have been sent by the gods to rule over this forest. They have made me their special messenger and given me this blue color as a sign of my divine power. From now on, I will be your king, and you must obey me." The animals, awestruck by his appearance and commanding voice, believed his words. They bowed before him and agreed to make him their king. "Long live our king!" they cheered. From that day onward, Buru lived like royalty. The animals brought him food every day, fresh fruits, meat, and everything he could ever want. He no longer had to search for food or fear for his life. The lion guarded him, the elephants fanned him with their ears, and the birds sang songs in his honor. Buru enjoyed his new life immensely. To maintain his position, Buru banned all jackals from coming near him. He feared they might recognize him and expose his secret. He told the other animals, "The gods have forbidden me from associating with ordinary jackals. They are beneath me, and I must remain pure." The animals respected his wishes and chased away any jackals that came near. For a while, everything went perfectly for Buru. He was happy and comfortable in his role as the Blue King. But one fateful night, things changed. As Buru was resting under a tree, he heard a pack of jackals howling in the distance. Their cries were loud and haunting, echoing through the forest. Hearing the familiar sound, Buru felt a strange excitement rise within him. He tried to resist, but his natural instincts as a jackal took over. Before he could stop himself, he lifted his head and howled loudly into the night. A woo! The other animals who were nearby were shocked. They stared at Buru in disbelief. "What is this?" whispered the tiger. "He's howling like a jackal." "Could it be that he's not a divine creature after all?" asked the deer. The animals began murmuring among themselves. They had believed Buru was special, but now they were suspicious. Realizing his mistake, Buru tried to cover it up. "Oh, that was just a divine chant taught to me by the gods," he said nervously. But it was too late. The animals were no longer fooled. They noticed his mannerisms and behavior and realized he was just an ordinary jackal who had tricked them. Furious at being deceived, the animals turned against him. The lion roared, "How dare you lie to us and take advantage of our trust? You will pay for this." The animals chased Buru out of the forest. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, dodging claws and teeth. He eventually escaped and found himself alone in the wilderness. His blue fur faded over time, and he was left to fend for himself once again. From that day on, Buru learned an important lesson. Pretending to be someone you're not may bring you temporary success, but the truth will always come out in the end. And so Buru lived the rest of his life humbly, remembering the price he paid for his deception